Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Pasadena International Film Festival. My name is Marco Neves, I'm the creative director, and this is PIFF 2016 Interviews. Hi, guys.
How you doing?
Hello. Good. All right, so why don't we start with you guys introducing yourselves and the movie you are representing at our festival.
Marvin Glover, producer, Last Call in Murray's.
Brian Beatty, co-writer and executive producer, same movie, Last Call in Murray's.
Very good. All right, so my first question to you guys is, tell me what was the spark of inspiration for this movie? What started it all?
I'll go ahead and start that since I'm the co-writer here.
That's right.
It all happened about, almost 20 years ago when I was a ski patroller up in the local mountains.
Wow.
And what it was all about is there was this bar we used to hang out in. It was a karaoke bar, and we would work hard all day and then hang out in the bar. And one particular night I was probably exhausted, and I was just kind of sitting on the side watching people. And I think as a lot of writers can relate to, we like to people watch, and then we just kind of naturally start telling stories about the people that come into the bar or wherever, whatever we're observing. In this particular case, there were Marines in the bar, there were bikers in the bar, there were businesswomen in the bar. Of course, the bar owner, Murray, was up there smoking away.
Oh, his name was Murray.
or the Murray.
Oh, the Murray. I was going to say, wow, that's cool.
The proverbial Murray was in the bar smoking,
cool.
smoking away, smoking like a chimney, and we had the hefty guy at the pool table, and we had the guy with the Panama hat, and started developing all these stories in my head, and I contacted my co-writer, Betsy Morris, and we got together, and we worked really well as a team. She's really good at snappy dialogue, and I'm good at kind of structuring the drama, and we had Last Call at Murray's that worked.
Very nice, very nice. What about you, Marvin?
As far as the spark,
Yeah.
I was brought into the project to produce after working on a prior film with the director, Palmer-Cardone.
Mm-hmm.
And
Who couldn't be here today, but she is awesome.
she couldn't be here today, but she's fantastic to work with.
Nominated for Best Director.
Yes, she is.
And so we have forged a friendship and a partnership, and so she reached out to me and said, we have to do this film together. And so I read the script, and we came up with the idea to forge ahead, and that was the spark and inspiration.
Very nice, very nice. All right, so let's flip the coin here now. What was the biggest challenge with getting this huge, humongous feat underway and finished?
Wow.
I know, that's always the hardest.
It's a hard one. There are many things. There's timelines, there's budgets, there was illness. There were many things that are involved with that. But once you set your goal, you set your date, and you put things in motion, there really is no option other than to just keep going.
You have to.
Yeah, like Marvin said, I mean, once we booked our location, it was full steam ahead because, you sink a pretty good chunk of money into that, and now you have to go.
Right. What about the writing part? Did you ever get to that point where I don't know where to go with this? Because I'm interested in writing, so.
I don't know, because writing with a partner, a lot of times you don't get there because you're always bouncing ideas off each other, and there were very few times that I can recall we were stuck. We work well together, like I said, and we were just able to work ourselves out of holes.
Cool.
Of course, the challenge with writing any screenplay is, putting people in a bar and having a bunch of dialogue go on. It's kind of easy, right? But now you got to keep your audience interested, and so we had to come up with all these kind of, for lack of a better word, gags or obstacles for all the characters to have to overcome, where they have to come together and solve a problem, and then they go off and go back to their emotional issues or whatever fun dialogue we have. And then another problem happens, and we have to have them go solve that problem together or separately or whatever it was.
Right. Very good.
And on the executive producer side, any challenge like this, of course, is just keeping the money flowing, keeping the money in the bank. You get, like Marvin says, once you have to go, you got X dollars in the bank, and you have to find a way to
go means go.
You have to find a way to make it work, and you're kind of like the last week, and you're writing those checks at 3 a.m. to the crew, and you're going, God, I hope these don't bounce.
Very good, very good. All right, and then I also wanted to ask you guys, what do you want people to take away from this movie when they watch it? What is the feeling that you want them to have when they leave the theater? What do you want them to remember this, or what to remember, really?
Well, I know for me, the film, the theme is kind of about regrets and not addressing whatever issues you have in front of us before it's too late. And in the film, in several parts, sometimes it winds up being too late for some of the characters. They hang on to their issue too long, and then they don't get to address it and fix it with the other person, and they never will get that chance.
True.
In other cases, what we get from the film is a lot of times people get stuck in relationships, and they get stuck in situations that they don't try to get out of. And what happens in this story is they get stuck in this bar, and it forces them to face whatever issue they're dealing with. And in some cases, they actually do wind up dealing with it, where had they never been snowed into this bar, had they never driven past this bar, they may be continuing on with their life in their same miserable manner.
Right.
So that's what I want people to take away is, live for the day. Think about where you're at and what's going on with your life, and don't be like some of these characters and not address whatever issues or regrets you may have.
Carpe diem.
Carpe diem.
Very well.
I think for me the takeaway is that life happens while you're making plans.
I couldn't have ended it better myself, but yes, very good, very good. All right, last question is, what are you guys working on now, and are you guys prepping for something in the future, near future? What's going on?
Yeah,
How can I help promote you guys?
I continuously have projects in motion, so I generally have something in each phase: development, pre-production, production, and post. So I just wrapped a film called Fun with Bill Cobbs, James Tupper, and Mason Bill Cotton.
Congratulations.
And it's a short about a father who hijacks his son's activities.
Interesting.
Yeah, so James Tupper, who you may know from Revenge or Mercy, is the father who he gets overambitious about taking over his son's activities, his hobbies. And Mason Bill Cotton is from Desperate Housewives and Mad Men.
That's okay, yeah.
And so he plays the son. And so it's interesting to see how the dad hijacks all of the activities. So we just wrapped that, and we're getting ready to go in post.
And it's called Fun.
Fun.
All right, very good.
For myself, I've got a couple screenplay ideas that are kind of in various phases of development with my co-writer, again, Betsy Morris. One of them is a kind of a fun story that she's been pitching around to several director friends of hers that involves extreme sports. Look forward to working on that with her. And then another one that we've started that we're working on vigorously right now is one called Social Insecurity, which is about a couple of old geezers who run out of money and decide that it's better for them to try to commit a crime and go to jail where they can get 3 squares a day versus trying to live off of Social Security.
Wow, ain't that the truth?
And of course, they have no idea how to commit a crime, and they're too old to be able to do it, but we'll work out the details as we go.
Sounds fun.